All right, so Zoro is confirmed an idiot. We now know this. This is confirmed because even Luffy sat here as like, bruh, are you stupid? Like, Luffy was looking at this man and was like, yo, you should have noticed this way sooner. They're Lunarians, just like what you fought. They have the exact same traits. Oh, I swear, dude. This man was talking about there wasn't much about King to clue me in. He only had a couple of unique features: white hair, brown skin, black wings, and the flames on his back. How could I even possibly tell, man? I swear, dude, like, nah, bro, you're an idiot, Zoro. Hi, I'm Vagabond Kana. This is One Piece chapter 1077, You Should Have Put It Together Sooner, Zoro. So, in this chapter, we get completely screwed on the Shanks stuff, which, let's be real, I mean, a lot of us kind of expected this. A lot of us did. I did. I mean, somewhat. Because I'm like, this is Oda, after all. He kind of likes to tease people like a woman at the gym that wears the most provocative clothing ever and then expects no one to look at her. Kind of like that. But hey, that's fine. That means more murder mystery for me. And this chapter, it's not bad. It's pretty good, I'd say. Especially the ending, which we'll get to very, very soon. So in this chapter, we see Sentomaru, and he's talking about how this island is in grave danger. And so he says, there was once an island called Ohara. One day out of nowhere, it was wiped off the map, all because the people there opposed against the world government. And he says, the fact that they're targeting Grandpa Punk shows how serious they are about erasing him. They're willing to lose the world's greatest mind over this. That's why I think whatever's coming will be more monumental, and this place will be ground zero. So it's just like, if Sentomaru's saying this, okay. I mean, this is Oda's way of telling us, okay, something crazy is about to happen in Egghead Island. He's been doing this for a minute now. Don't you think it would be interesting, is instead of them doing a classic Buster call, what if because we already know Kizaru was showing up, right? Kizaru along with the Gorosei, one of the Gorosei. What if, instead of the Buster call, Kizaru just says, all right, I'm just gonna nuke this whole place with my power. I will show you my true power. And he just does this attack and he names it Light Nuke, and it just blows up the entire island with one attack. That would be freaking hilarious. I would love that though. That would be dope. And I promise you, Kizaru will go way up on the charts for many people. They will be like, oh my God, Kizaru's the strongest admiral. He's stronger than there are going to be some people who do this. They're going to say that he's stronger than Akainu. They're going to do it. They're going to say that he's stronger than Aokiji. They're going to be going crazy with this dude. But I don't think, that might not happen. But if it does, I will thank Oda so much for this, man. I'll be like, hey, Goda. But hey, anyways, moving on. So we're returning to Luffy and Lucci and Zoro and Kaku fighting the Pacifista, and they're really struggling to actually do damage against them, which, okay, so this is the part that kind of irritates me. Luffy, Zoro, you have Conqueror's Coding. You have Conqueror's Coding, or what the fandom calls it, Advanced Conquerors. So why aren't you using it? I know you're not using it, so why aren't you using it? I mean, you're struggling this much, come on. Unless if Oda's trying to tell us, hey, even with Advanced Conquerors, it does 0 damage to Lunarians with their flames up, which I know that's not the case because that's the whole reason why King lost in the first place. So what is actually going on here? Why aren't they just using, maybe Oda's just, I guess just wasting time. I guess he's just trying to waste time and have like interesting moments with them. I'm not trying to make it sound like insulting for Oda, but I do believe, no, I know for a fact Luffy and of course Zoro can do damage against these guys because Zoro already did it. So what's going on? But anyways, they land all these attacks. Luffy and Zoro, they're like, why aren't we damaging these guys? And Luffy's like, who do you guys think you are, Kaido? Which, let's be real, King and Kaido do have similar durability. It's just King is more gimmicky and Kaido is just that way. And this is when Genius Zoro comes in and says, oh my God, these guys are just like King. Oh my God, guys, I should have noticed this sooner. Hey, when the flame goes down, they're actually weaker from a durability standpoint. So it's like, he didn't mention the faster part. He didn't mention that. But when the flame goes down, they'll be not as durable. And so everyone's like, oh, no, Lucci, he's like, oh, that's cool. All right, that's what's up. All right, as long as we know now. And then he goes off to list all their traits. And then everybody goes, yo, you should have noticed this sooner. What's wrong with you? I love the dynamic between Luffy, Lucci, Kaku, and Zoro. Zoro. I love their dynamic because it's just like, these are unlikely allies currently that we're seeing right now, and it's just kind of funny to see it. I don't know, it's something wholesome about seeing these guys work together and argue with each other. Like, you know, the chapter before this one, Luffy was talking trash to Lucci. It's like, yeah, I mean, you can't beat me, dude. You ain't gonna do nothing to me, so you just chill out. You know, we'll fight after this if you want to, but don't be a sore loser and go after my friends now. And in this chapter, Zoro was like, oh, that's right. This is one of them king race people. Oh, guys, yo, this is how they work. I'm sorry I didn't say this before. The banter is perfect. I love this. I don't know why I like this group more than most other strange dynamics between Luffy, because we didn't see Luffy act this way with Crocodile or anybody. So this is actually kind of interesting. But anyway, Shaka later on says, hey, I'm gonna go check and see where Vegapunk is. I think I have a good idea of where he's at. And then he leaves, and then we cut off to Nami showing off cake. Finally Oda gets it. He's just like, hey, you know, I've been showing titties this entire franchise, and they're good, but what about the booty people? There are people that like genuine cake. So why aren't I showing that? I am a failure as a mangaka for not doing this a long time ago. Look, I don't know what got Oda interested in cake recently, but look, maybe he took a trip, maybe he left Japan and took a trip to like Africa or something, and he was like, oh dang, this is what I've been missing? I need to get away from these Japanese girls now, because I mean, a lot of them, they kind of like ironing boards, you know what I'm saying? All right, let me stop. That's not true. Some Asian girls actually do have some good cake. I actually just saw a few the other day. Anyways, that's not the point. Anyways, Nami is here, and she's doing an attack against baby Jinbei, Junior Jinbei. So Zeus goes after Junior Jinbei, and Nami's very reluctant to do it, but she has to close her eyes to do it because this is a kid, and you know how Nami is, she likes kid. And also in this scene, you see a very interesting pic here of, and I swear to you, I was looking at this over and over again to make sure I was looking at it right. Brook's head is completely chopped off. Like, this man's head is gone. It's detached from his body. And it, like, of course he's still alive and everything, but I'm like, wait, Brook can do that? Now that's a real undead skeleton right there. That's a legitimate undead skeleton. Your head can be, like, what the heck did Jinbei even do to him? He just ripped this man's head off. He just straight Kratos this Joker.
My head, bro. Give me that head, boy. Hey, yo!
All in all, though, Brook is messed up and Edison is messed up. And then Zeus attacks Junior Jinbei, but it really doesn't do anything. And then he just goes back to swimming in the ground, and Brook attaches his head back. This is a very interesting new ability that Brook has. If Brook has ever done something like this before, other than like lifting, like, I know he like lifted his like skull open to like put stuff in it and all that, but outside of that, has Brook ever done anything like get his head detached or any part of his body detached before and just put it back together? If so, let me know, because I do not remember this at all. But anyways, so Junior Jinbei's about to get the drop on Nami. This is my favorite line in this entire chapter. So Sanji comes along flying. He says, if I ruled a country, my decrees would be simple. Decree 1, anyone who threatens Nami-san will face capital punishment. Decree 9, anyone who makes her scream will receive a rare fillet strike. And so I don't think Sanji did any real damage. Even though it kind of looks like he did, I don't think he did damage. This is a Lunarian, so it's like, I mean, come on. But anyways, Sanji then goes on to say, in this menacing looking face, he says, I don't give a damn if you're a kid or if you're another Jinbei. I'll be your judge, jury, and executioner, Jin Brat. You can tell Sanji's been waiting to do this. You can tell. This man here, this man has pettiness all in his soul, I swear. It's like, this is what you get for having a higher bounty than me. Oh, Lord. So we get on to Lilith. And long story short, Seraphim Boa just absolutely mid-divs Frankie, Lilith, Usopp, and I'm just like, my goodness, because she wins this fight straight up. She wins this fight straight up, which makes me wonder, is like, will Sanji win the fight against Seraphim Jinbei? I like to believe he will. I do think Sanji currently is strong, but when I think about it, no, you know what? He shouldn't be able to put Seraphim Jinbei down. I think Sanji is going to I think it's going to be a stalemate. But anyways, back to Lilith. Also, Lilith has some cake in this too. Like, Jesus, Moses. Oh, God. Anyways, so we find out that her bubbles have the power of the sea, power of the ocean in it, and it's able to weaken Seraphim Boa. And Seraphim Boa actually talks a little bit. She's like, what's going on? Like that. She talks way more than the other Seraphim, which is very interesting. But anyways, and then Frankie pulls up on her and she says, "Stay back, you impudent lout." I just like how this one has a lot more personality to it, because Seraphim Mihawk doesn't talk, nor Seraphim Jinbei, nor, what's the other one? I completely forgot. Oh, Seraphim Kuma. Yeah, it's like, he doesn't talk either. It's very interesting. But this one has a lot of personality. This one's like, she gets mad and everything, and very interesting. But anyways, Frankie, when he gets the jump on Seraphim Boa and puts like this big sea bubble on her or whatever and weakens her, she goes, "This is agonizing, I'm in pain." And she's like crying and stuff. And Frankie, he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry." And then she immediately turns him into stone. Like, he actually lifts it up and she immediately turns him into stone. And as we all know now, it doesn't, Boa's powers don't just work specifically for sexual attraction, right? It's also if you think that, oh, this person, this like a child being like, oh, this is a precious, cute little child or something like that, right? Stuff like that. So, and that was confirmed with pretty much York getting turned into stone. So I was like, okay, I appreciate Oda actually showing that off. As I've stated before, I appreciate him confirming that, because if he didn't confirm that, we'd all be some very confused individuals. I'm just saying. But yeah, so he gets turned to stone. Then Seraphim Boa, she just stops playing around. She dodges all the bubble attacks, walks up to just casually just walks up like she's Dio to freaking Usopp and Lilith, and she just winks at them. They go, "Aw, that's so cute," and then she just turns them to stone. That was some finesse right there. That was actually darn near disrespectful. I'm not even gonna lie to you. So yeah, they're done. They just got straight defeated. Oh man. So we cut the scene and go straight to Shaka, and he goes down to where the main Stella body is, and then he's like, "So this is where you are, and the Cypher Paw agents too? What's going on?" And then Stella, he's just like, "Hey, Shaka, who's that you brought with you?" And all of a sudden, he just gets shot brutally in the head. And I'm just like, okay, that's wild. I mean, of course he's not dead because this is One Piece, but still, this is a shocking panel right here. This is a very shocking page, because it's just the way it's done is so. It reminds me of JoJo's. I'm not gonna lie. It reminds me of something you would see off of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. But all in all, we know this Joker ain't dead. This person's alive. Shaka's fine. He'll be all right. But at the end of this scene here, you just hear footsteps walking, and we don't get to see who it is. And then that's the end of the chapter right there. No break next week, of course. Thank God, right? But this chapter was decent. It was pretty good. It kept my interest levels up, even though we didn't get Shanks and all that stuff like that. I'm not too surprised by it. It was kind of expected because this is Ichiro Oda, if we're gonna keep it 110 here. But this was a very good chapter. I enjoyed a lot of this. There have been a lot of theories about who the traitor is, or who is actually the culprit or whatever. My theory, I'm still sticking with my theory, but another theory that I've actually enjoyed very much so, and I do think it would be exciting, is if it was actually Punk Records, and Punk Records made its own like machine or whatever. I actually like that idea a lot. I don't like the idea of Seraphim Dofi being the culprit. No, I don't like that. I don't like it at all. But it's a fun idea. This is something we all can just have fun with, so I'm kind of okay with that. But Seraphim Dofi, nah, I'm not really with that one. But I am thinking kind of along the lines of what everybody else is thinking, is that it's the Blackbeard Pirates. But hey, if you have not seen my video on that, I go into depth about that even more, and the fact that there is an actual traitor, it's just not one of the Vegapunks. I think this chapter confirms exactly that there is no Vegapunk traitor. So it's none of the Vegapunks. I'm pretty sure this confirms that. So it's going closer and closer to my theory of it being the Blackbeard pirates. Now some people would say, oh, this person used a gun. It's probably Van Augur. Van Augur right now should be fighting Law and the Heart Pirates. So it's just like, I don't know, unless if that's being done at a different time period and we just don't know, but I highly doubt that. But you also have to keep in mind, the Blackbeard pirates are no strangers to using guns too, because that's how they killed Whitebeard. They all use guns to specifically shoot Whitebeard to death. So it's like, they're not strangers to using guns. They'll use a gun if they have to. They're not like the Straw Hat Pirates where they'll literally stick to just their weapon and only their weapon. They will use guns. And honestly, we don't even know all their fighting styles like that, except for like Shiryu and a few others, right? We know Burgess more so now too. There are a few Blackbeard pirates, but I'm sticking to my original theory for right now until proven otherwise. If I'm wrong, I mean, it is what it is. I had fun theorizing and pretending to be a freaking detective. That was fun. But anyways, let me know what you guys think about this chapter. I had a blast with this chapter. I'm not gonna do any Reddit comments or Twitter comments in this one. I've been very busy recently. But I appreciate you guys for checking out this video. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Come and join the Vagabond's journey. And we will see you guys next week. And with all that being said, Vagabond gone.